let's see. I guess we're on number Nun Daled. Number Nun Daled on Samach Vav. So it says like this. He says, "Habachinach habebeis hu b'tefilas chazar d'shatz." So now we're talking about the Shachrit davening, and there's a difference when you have a chazar d'shatz. The kol ramki oz ima ilon is kafis the mala. So then she's standing up, and as she erects herself straight up, Aina Robetzis, and she's no longer, let's say, squatting down and reaching into to Zeranpin's head. But also Yesod Shalah, so what happens is when she stands up, then her Yesod goes up also Shalah, who Kedarko Bain Emsach Betrin Reshi Pirki Miloyant, and that's a Vachod Shalah. So let me see, what did I say? Va'oz, her Yesod is going to be in between the Netzach and Hod, Hashem Mislavshin, B'Chochma, which are now, Ubina, which are now Mislavish and Chochma, Bina Dezah, B'Hoz Yisod Shalom Mislavish B'Dashabo. So then it's in the neck area or in the head area. Let's read the Tev. So this is a difference. This is something, an idea that I don't think I saw this in the Ostros. So this is the difference. It's added on, that's some kind of difference when we get into the Chazara. Shebechazara imehi bezikifa. L'lakach ein yisod nishbalas kamo im koy revutza, so her yisod is much higher. He's a kufa, so then when she's standing up, yisod revagicha biyosa lamal, it's going to be higher up. With the makom yisod shalach mistayim b'dash al zah, so her yisod then stops at the das. So he said b'nimsiki gam ha'ora shebechesed gevur and teferes dezer anpin. So it comes out to those lights that are in chesed gevur and teferes dezer anpin heim magulim. So that's going to be a magula also. In other words, the upper part of the chest above the chazah. So they're able to go up higher. Connected chesed gevur teferes dezer anpin. Where normally they're at the chazah, now they're coming up. I guess he's saying it to the upper third instead of starting at the lower 2/3. Kanal b'makom shebezeh shach yisod de'ima hu b'bedas dezer anpin b'sayim shan. So there's a very, it's going to be a stronger, I guess, Yaakov and Rachel. So now the lights are shining on the Chagat Dezah. That's where the opening is going to be. It's going to be different over that than in Lachash. So then they were only revealed at the lower part. That is, he means to say below the chazah. So their yichud is going to be in a higher level too. So their yichud, their existence actually, or their development, and ultimate yichud has to do with the place where the lights are revealed. Because that's where they get their shefa. So they're able to move upwards corresponding to the Chagad of Zeranpin. And that's where the yichud is made. The nimsa, shebein b'tefilas lacha, shebein b'chazoros, the tefilas will be two of them. Hayichud hu bein Yaakov v'Rachel. The difference is v'hevdel hu shebechazarahim olim madrega l'makom hayichudim hu b'makom chagadazah instead of at the chazah, which he calls the nai. So it's going to be at the higher level of the goof of Zeranpin. Now let's go on. So now we start to switch. So that's a big difference, and that's, to me, is a big chiddush, so that you know that when you're coming to the Chazaras Hashatz, you have a higher level of yichud, and so there more of the light is going to be available. Avocha b'mincha ein bezecha mochim gemurim kamo b'shachris. So here's another little chiddush, or not a little, it's another idea. You don't have the same level of penetration of the mochin that you had in Shabbos. The fisha ein niknasim is pashtim bo gimel rishonas the mochin, because the chabad in the mochin doesn't come in. Rak sheish kitzvos, that's the chagat nai of the ibach of the gadlus. So v'gam shisha kitzvos the mochin the Abba the gadlus ain't a niknasim klal. They don't come in at all. Now that whole idea there is something that I don't think I ever had this thought. There's two different things we could see are bigger about Shachrit than Mincha. The first one, Aleph, sheberamida de Mincha ein nimshach klal l'zam mochin the Abba. So there are no mochin the Abba that come in at that time at all. Shebeshachrit dimshachim gam mochin the Abba, v'mincha dimshachim racham mochin the Iba. So here we have an exclusion of Abba. Because also in the mochin of Iba there's a difference. Shalo kol mochin the Iba neknasim kamo b'shachris, because all of the mochin don't come in like they do in Shachris. Rak havok shaba, only the vok of Iba of godless. So now in the mochin of nachim, but you only have the lower 2/3. The gimel pirkin the nahim is pashtim b'hachan bagadati. So we know that when the mochin come in, they spread down the right line, left line, the middle line. Gimel pirkin tachton to deny the ima. B'chaba deza. V'achakach nichnasim gimel pirkin emseim deny the ima. V'hem nichnasim b'chaba deza, and they go into the chaba deza. V'oz al yedei zechen nidchim, they push down v'yordin ha-pirkim tachton to the chaba deza. V'shenichnasim b'gimel pirkin miloyan deny the ima. B'chaba deza nidchim ha-pirkim emseim the chaba pirkim tachton to deny. So everything winds up in its proper place. So that's what we go going back over this. That's what we already learned. So he said, just for our edification, I guess, this is called the gar of the mochin and the vok of the mochin. So since the upper pirkin, the chabad, enter into the gar. So I guess he wants to just straighten out the language here. The So he wants to say that the two of them are called the vok. So but the time that all of the mochin, that is the Chabad Chaganai and the Mochin don't come in. All of them don't. That is only happens, in Chakras. Deny the Ima. So remember this. It says that you don't have the same level of Mochin coming in. Nimsa, the Benai, the Zasa comes out like this. When you come to the Nai Yazah, Ein niknas in the mochin klal, they just don't come in at all. In other words, a nai seems to be empty. V'kemesh niknas in rak havok the mochin the gadlus v'rak gimel pirkim tachtani v'gimel pirkim emsoim the so only getting the chaganai the ima coming in. So he says shehem b'yachad vav kitzvos heim sheniknasim v'yard in the pirkim emsoim b'chabedazah. So what you have here is just the vav kitzvos. That's the chaganai. That's what comes in a pirkim emseim b'chabedazah for a pirkim tachtone b'chagadazah. So now you have only the middle part is going to be in the chabedazah, and the lower part, that is the nai of the mochin, is going to be at the chagadazah. Aval the gimel pirkim el yoinim. Sheim koya niknasim koya naasim the mochin the guy b'chabedazah, but the upper pirkin don't come in of the nai of ima. Eina niknasim b'tefilas of mincha, they don't come in at all during the tefilas of mincha. V'nish'arim al the Roshas er anpin, and there, I guess he means to say they remain as a makif. On top of the Roshas er anpin, v'na'asim mekifim al Roshas, so it says it, v'lechem gam ein nitchin hapirkim emseim v'tachton, this pashat on the nai, so at this point, whatever, the nai is empty. Let me get a little drink here. So going on, is v'lechein, ein b'mincha b'bechinas Yaakov nimsas, because since you don't have anything down below the chaza, so therefore, which would be the area, as was to say, where the area of the nai, ki enenu na'asa elo min Mochin de b'tzad Abba, because that whole area, that is, first of all, he says there's no Yaakov here, because Yaakov is only made when the from Mochin to Abba, they don't come in. The Mochin is boil the Abba, the Mizgal, the Mata b'chachaza, v'zen na'asa b'Mochin the Yaakov shehu b'chinas Adar. So since the male is made out of out of Abadik Mochin, and they're not coming in, v'lekach b'Mincha shelo niknas oras the Abba klal b'zah, Yaakov gam came in the nimsasham, so you're not going to find Yaakov there. It's not going to be there because there's no Mochim reaching into the area where he develops. That is from Abba. B'chidas Leah levada yotzim v'sham. So the only thing you see coming out from here is the aspect which is called Leah, min ha'chazach v'shecha b'zal l'madach min ha'aras ha'mochin d'shisha kitzvos d'mitzad ima. So now all the action is going to be above the chazit. And so, therefore, that's really the place where Leah is found. Leah Yotz has been Bekomo. She comes out from her place. Came in Shaleah Nivnes Rak Ma'oras the Ima, because she's female and she's built only for the lights of Ima. Shalamala Mechachaza, which is up above the Chazachaza. The Lechem Bedavidus and Mincha, Shaoras the Vok the Ima Neknasim. There you see the lights of the Vok of Ima, that is the Chagat Nai of Ima. He says, so that's what comes in. Leah Mekabelas Kala Ora Shaloha Nitzrachas the Binyanas, and now she's getting all the lights that she needs for the purpose of building herself up a Yotzes Sham, and now she appears. Became in Shemigil Yesod the Ima ad Das the Zeran, since the Yeshod of Ima is now at the Das Zeran pit. Leah Shemekoma Lamala Mechahazi Yechola to say, so she's able to come out then. About Rachel, but Rachel, what about Rachel? Shekal Mehusecha Beku Me'oris, all her existence is from the lights that come again, once again, Shalamata Mechahazi B'makom Anai. We call that place the Maya Hamakom of Nai. Ein Yotzes Klal, she didn't come out at all. Shahar B'makom Zecha B'ein Oros De'ima Klal B'tefilis Mincha. There is no light in the lower sections of Zeranpin. That would allow for the light of Rachel to develop Shahar B'Chabein Neknas and begin with Pirkei to Toim B'Nai, because there's nothing coming in, it's going to the Nai. Came She'ein the Yesod the Ima B'Magia Rak Ad Das Tazah, since her Yesod only reaches to there. Keep it Techila B'Shachrit, because at the beginning at Shachrit, and it's not going to call him Mochin Geburim to Im, where everything comes in. The Chen Yatzas Gam came Rachel Lamata Menachaz Milvad. Milvad Leah sheyatza lamala menachaza. So therefore nothing happens for Rachel, but Leah is the one that comes out. Shabbatafila shachris sheyordan the oras the ima gam the mata bechahaza yotze gam Rachel. So we say that the lights are there for Rachel to develop. Shehu nivnes ma'oras the ima hamagulim shemakom the mata bechahaza, because that's where she would be. V'zerav gam makom mayichud shel Yaakov Rachel. So he said, so therefore, Zivugim, there are going to be Zivugim. Now, this area, I actually had a chance to look at this at one time. So the Yichud really takes place is at the Yud Gimel Midos, Shem Hashem Kel Rachel V'chanan, that we say in Tachton. He says they don't call it Tachna, they call it B'Yavor. Who the Yisrael of Leah, and that Yichud that's going to take place, and this is at Tachnon time, is going to be between Yisrael and Leah v'Hasheni, who Zivug Yaakov Rachel Lamata Menachaza B'Tefilas Apayim. So that's what's going to happen in the morning. You're going to have that develop at the Tefilas Apayim. Mishum Shadafidus Shachris. So since at the time of Shachris, Yotzim and Meirim, Gam parts of Rachel, V'gam parts of Leah that you have in Shachris, all of the parts of them, of the female aspect, are revealed. B'shnechem Yesh Yichud, a Yichud. There is a Yichud that's going to take place both by Rachel and by Leah. Echad Shal Yisrael v'Leah, V'Hasheni Shal Yaakov v'Rachel. So these all happen in the mornings. Now these are new Chiddush, that there's also Yichud that takes place between Yisrael and Leah. So he said, V'Hasheni Shal Yaakov v'Rachel, HaYichud Shal Yisrael v'Leah Na'asa b'Mira v'Avor v'Yud Gimel Midos. That happens at that time, that Yichud that takes place between Yaakov and Leah. Then he says also, V'Hayichud Shal Yaakov v'Rachel, which takes place in the morning at the time of Nefilas Apayim, Uba Nefilas Apayim. Now we're going to stop right here. There was a little chiddush there that I think that in other places, my conclusion is that the yichud that we talk about that takes place at Sim Shalom is actually, that's the place of the yichud, but I think that the transmission of the actual seminal material that's coming out of the chesadim of the yesod of Zer Anpin, or of the male, that takes place during what we call Tachnun, the Avor, that part right there. Okay, let's stop here. We're going to stop here and we'll go look at the Sifra Tzniuta. And this is, today is what? This is 23rd. So 23 Adar. And I'll mark that 83 and move this over here. And let me go